Hi everyone, welcome to my belly dance core home studio. You like how I use my space? I'm so excited to have you joining me for this next 30 days. If you're watching this video, then you're probably watching it either on Christmas or the day after, just gearing up for the 30-day challenge, trying to figure out, what do I need? Should I be buying things? Should I not be buying things? What amount of space do I need? This is gonna be a workout that we're gonna use just our bodies. If you have a mat, even better, just to give yourself that little bit of support off of the floor, but also to give you an opportunity to look at your space and say, this is my space, this is where I'm gonna be for the next however long, and nothing is going to faze me here. This is my just safety little area. And what you'll notice is throughout this 30 days that your mat becomes, or whatever area you choose to be your mat, becomes your haven. And it is very, very exciting to go back to your haven, and when you walk away from it, it's almost like, I did it, I did the damn thing, here it is. So if you are taking class today, put all the props away. The only thing I ask you to grab is your water bottle and a throw pillow. We're gonna use this throw pillow to help support us as we elevate our bodies off the mat, as we work through core, as we work through upper body. This is gonna be every single prop that you could possibly need in a class. And that's it, that's all. So this class will be without music. If you would like any music to the class, I actually have my Spotify, which is Miriam Sufi. You can go through the Spotify and I will have this one labeled. It will say Christmas Hit Bar Fusion. And so you can go ahead and jam along with music to it. Let's begin. So we're gonna start with feet hip distance apart, toes facing forward, heels facing directly back, and inhale as you lift and expand. Exhale as you draw forward and down. So from the side, I'll show you as I lift up, I'm really trying to open up my chest, and as I draw down, crown of head is forward, tailbone is back. You're gonna have 8 of these. And every time you lift up, imagine you're grabbing clouds, air, and you're just trying to pick it up and then bring it back down. Taking your body forward, hinging from the hips, really feeling the hamstrings here, as well as the abdominals right away, engaged. Three more with each breath, noticing that your heart is starting to quicken, your heartbeat starting to quicken, your energy is starting to get a little bit more, your breath is starting to feel a little bit heavier. One more, and lower down. Hands come down. Walk your feet out, 11 and 1. Your seat lowers and lifts. I'm gonna walk my hands forward and keep my crown of head reaching forward. My seat is gonna lower and lift. Feet are 11 and 1, knees are tracking over the ankles. As you continue to move here, I'm gonna turn to the side so we can do this together. So the whole point here is not to arch your back and not to round. Use your inner thighs. When you're turned out, your inner thighs take some of that pressure off the hip flexors. And then utilize the low belly. Imagine there's a zipper from your pubic bone to your belly button that's zipping up. Draw your body forward. You're pressing away from the mat. You're not resting on the floor or the mat. And you have 3 more. 2, last one, sumo squats here. Lower down, lift up, press through the heels. Try not to overuse the glutes when you come to the top. Just come back into that neutral pelvis. You have 8, chest stays open, 7, and 6. Keep going for 5, 4 more, last 3. You're still turned out, 11 and 1, 2, and 1. Lower down, hands come down. Walk your feet now to 10 and 2. Start to shift your hips right to left, hands come onto the hips, really feeling the inner thighs working, chest is open, hold it here, and then little presses down. Again, your knees are open, your feet are 10 and 2, your inner thighs are lifting up from the side. I will show you. As you continue to lift and lower just an inch, watch that you're not rounding. Open up the chest, feel the shoulder blades drawing down, and feel your sternum reaching forward. Neck stays long for 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Arms extend out, hold, and reach. Breathe for 4, and for 3, and for 2. Lower the hands down, turn your toes forward, press your hips up. Feel that hamstring stretch. Right hand stays down, extend the left arm up, stretch open, yes. And then bring the arm down. Extend now your right arm up, stretch open, and then bring it down. External rotation, seat lowers. Parallel, seat lifts. External rotation, seat lowers. Parallel, seat lifts. And you have 6. 5 more. Preparing for plank in 4, and 3. 2 more, looking ahead, and 1. Walk your hands forward. We're in plank position. Hands stacked under shoulders, and you're pressing away from the mat. All 10 toes are rooted down into the floor. You're engaging the abdominals. I'm almost like I'm coming right underneath you, and I'm saying, here, lift up, and I'm lifting that energy up from the pelvic floor, up through the belly button in towards the spine, and then chest opens. Your shoulder blades are like wings. Spread them wide. Keep the neck long. Try not to look down. Imagine the shoulder blades are expanding. Press away for 4, for 3, for 2, and then lower the knees down. Hips press back. Toes are still tucked under. Thumbs are in line with shoulder heads as we work through the push-ups. Keep going. Thumbs in line with shoulder heads. So as you continue to move here, the reason I say thumbs in line with shoulder heads, this is how we anatomically are moving. By the way, you're still doing those push-ups, those supported push-ups. If you turn your fingers this way or that way, that isn't our natural anatomical position. But if you keep your thumbs in line with shoulder heads and your fingers slightly turned out, you're still going, y'all. You got 3 more. Then it allows you to open up through the chest and stay out of the neck. Hugging the elbows into the side body. 1 more. And press back. Hold it. Reach your arms out to a Y. Toes are still tucked under. From there, take the right arm and thread the needle. Ear and shoulder stay on the mat. Now extend the left arm and then take it to the right hip. Hold and breathe. So this is a great segue into what we'll be doing throughout the 30-day challenge. I don't want to start you off with this huge, crazy workout on Christmas Day. The whole point is to move, is to find that movement in our bodies and be able to feel that healing power here. Left ear, left shoulder, and then extend the right arm, and then grab the opposite hip. Feel the shoulder blades getting that stretch. Take another deep inhale, and exhale. Reach the arm forward, other arm forward. Come to tabletop position, hands stacked under shoulders, knees under hips, toes tucked under. From here, just pelvic tilts. Inhale as you release the pelvis, tailbone up. Exhale as you round and you press away. We have 6 and 5. 4 more. So you see I'm not arching my back. This is not carrying into my cervical spine. It's not carrying into my thoracic. I'm staying just in the lumbar region. I'm just working through the pelvis. 2 more. Back to neutral. And then start to circle the hips, moving clockwise. Or if you're mirroring me, I'm mirroring you counterclockwise. Again, upper body is not getting phased here. What does that mean? I'm not taking it into cat-cows. I'm not making this a full body circle movement. I'm just working through the pelvis. 2 more. Now our toes are tucked under in order to engage the leg muscles. If you don't want that leg engagement, feel free to rest your tops of feet on the mat. Now I'm going the opposite way. So if you were initially going clockwise, this is a counterclockwise. You have 3 more. And 2. And 1. Back to center. Hold it here. Now, reach your right arm forward and hold, finding that balance, holding that control in the center of your body. Take a nice deep inhale. Hold for your exhale. Now extend your left leg back. Flex the foot, heels reaching up to the ceiling, toes facing down to the floor. Rotate your inner thigh to the center line so you don't lean into one side. Now holding it here, you're going to draw the right hand to the left thigh and then extend it out. And then in, and then extend it out. Notice how my spine is not arching, is not rounding. I'm using my abdominal muscles as I resist When I draw in, 4 more, for 3, 2 more, 1 more, hold, and then reach your hand down, point your toes, and then bring the knee in, and then go ahead and step through. We're taking it into an Anjanae Asana lunge. So, keeping the left foot forward, draw the right hip forward, left hip back. I'm gonna pull myself into a neutral position as I root down through my front foot, extend my arms up, hold it. Take an inhale, draw my shoulders down. On my exhale, cactus my arms, open up the chest, hold. Try not to lean into this left hip. Draw that left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, lift back up. On your exhale, half split. Flex the foot. Now, I'm not gonna do this. I don't wanna dump into my shoulders. I'm gonna open up my chest, and as my heel is digging into my mat, I'm gonna draw my right hip forward, left hip back. Feel the hamstring stretch here. Open, open, open. Take another deep inhale. On my exhale, lower. Hands to either side of the left foot. Low lunge, hold. Notice how I'm still drawing forward for my right hip, left hip is back. Tap the knee, not really tapping, but we're gonna micro bend and then straighten. Micro bend and then straighten. Keep going, micro bend and then straighten. You have 6. Try not to round here for 5. No rounding, 4. And keep going for 3. And you got this, y'all. 2 more. Feel the burn in the inner thighs. And last one, feel the glutes, hold. Hold, 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 hold. Take the right hand down. Bring your left hand inside of the foot and then back to plank. But this time your plank is with the hands touching. So you're making a W. Imagine your thumbs are touching, your fingers are facing forward. From there, bend your knees and then straighten. Bend your knees and then straighten. Keep using the inner thighs to activate the pelvic floor. Hips stay in line with shoulders. You have 4 more. For 3, for 2. Last one, lower the knees down. From here, back into that tabletop position. This time, as you move your hips, I want you to get a little bit deeper, but again, watching out that you're not carrying over into the thoracic spine here. Really working through the pelvis, getting a little deeper in those circles, using your abdominal muscles as you pull up and through. 3 more, last 2, and 1, going the opposite way. Breathe. Woohoo! Feeling the rotation. Believe it or not, you have beautiful hip mobility if you touch into that core work, and we will get a little deeper into that conversation in a bit. 2 more, last one, hold. Neutral pelvis. Take a deep breath, extend the left arm forward. So fingertips are reaching forward. I'm gonna take myself back a little so you can see me. Right here, hold, hold, hold. Now, hips stay square, pelvis is still in a neutral. As I take another deep breath, I'm gonna extend my right leg back, hold it back, reach back, hold back. Keep the foot flexed. Foot is flexed. You keep reaching, reaching, reaching back. Rotate your inner thigh to the center line. Keep shoulders, hips in the same line. As you breathe, every single breath has to be intentional. You have to have purpose here. I want you to imagine that you're being elevated up from here. Keep going. Hold. For 3, and 2, and 1. Slowly bring it into tap and extend it out. Keeping your hips square. I'm not arching my back. I'm extending and bringing it in. We have 5 more. Keep going. Resist on the in. And then inhale as you reach. 3 more. Remember, we have our Anjanae Asana into. Last one. Extend, hold. Hand comes down. Point the toes and then bring the knee in. Slowly start to draw it in towards the center of your body and step it through. Your right foot facing forward. Heel facing back. Knee is over ankle. Left hip forward, right hip back. Hug the ribs in. Inhale up, Anjanae Asana. As you continue to reach up, keep rooting down through the front foot. Exhale, cactus your arms, shine your heart, open up, take a deep breath. Inhale, lift back up. On your exhale, we're going right into half splits. So my heel is pressed into the floor, my toes are facing up, chest is open. Keep drawing the left hip forward, right hip back. As you inhale, try not to round. Try not to make it a shallow inhale. Fill up the back body here. Exhaling, drawing your shoulder blades down, feeling the lats working. Take another deep inhale. Bend the knee. As you exhale, lift off the back heel. Chest stays open. Micro bend and extend. Micro bend and extend. You have 6. Pressing away from the floor with the fingertips. 5. Last 4 and 3. 2 more. Hips and shoulders same height. 1. Hold. This time we're going to turn and face each other. Heels in, toes out. You're at 11 and 1. Hands come to the hips. Slowly drawing your body up so your shoulders are over the hips. Take your seat down and down. So we get into this position and we tend to start to round in. I don't want you to do that. Watch out that your tush doesn't start to just lift up. We want to protect our low backs. So here's a little trick here. Take your upper body and then try to shift it back. Close the ribs. Zip that imaginary zipper. Now ears stay over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and then open up slightly the knees, and then tiny bit turn out the feet to 10 and 2. Hands come onto the hips, and we lower and lift. We don't want to overactivate the glutes. We have plenty of opportunities to work the glutes today. So really work on length here. For 4, for 3, and 2. Last 1. Arms extend up, shoulders down. From here, extend the left arm out, right arm out. Press away, micro bend, press away. Keep going, you have 8. Legs are burning, yeah, 7. And 6, fingers are facing up. 5. Remember, our ribs are closed, which means our chest is not puffing out. We're in a neutral position with the pelvis, which is creating a neutral spine. Last 2 and 1, hands behind the head. Shift to the left, shift to the right, shift, working that rib cage, and shift, and shift, and shift, and shift. Give me 4, 3, 2, 1. Now shift, take it over. Shift, take it over. Not in front, over the hip. Really working on the stability of the feet here. The feet are grounding you, and you're tapping into the obliques and to the pelvic floor muscles. Knees stay open. You have 4 more each side. Shift, over. 3 more. Woo! 2 more. 1 more time, and back to center. Take a deep breath up, and then lower. Lifting up, and then lower. Keep going. Now let's make that breath more intentional. Inhale as you draw, exhale as you press away from the floor. As you grab the air and the clouds. 4 more, and 3, 2 more. Last 1, and hold it here. Left heel lifts. You're gonna pivot to face the right side. Hands come down. Bring the right foot back. Hold it here. Take another deep breath. On your exhale, press away. We've been here before. You're in plank position. Utilize the abdominal muscles. Imagine your transverse abdominals. That's your back core muscles, or like a corset wrapping around to the front of your body, protecting you. For 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna take little steps in and take little steps back. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hips, shoulders, same height. Keep working back and keep working forward, and keep working back and keep working forward. Remember, the abdominal muscles are working here. You have 4 more. That's 1 set. Forward and back is 1 set. 3 more. Woo! And 2. 1 more time. Hold. Step it in, sumo squat. Lower down, lift back up. Lower down, lift back up. You have 8 and 7 and 6. Last 5 sumos in 4 and 3. 2 more. Spinal flexion here. Hold it. Arms extend up. As you reach to the left, I want you to bend your knees. You're over the hip, close the ribs. You're gonna circle around to the right and lift up. Let's try the other side. Circle around and lift up. Now, just to the left 4 times. Just to the left. There's our spinal flexion, really getting into every crevice, every part of our side body, of our spine. Because our bodies don't just move in a one-dimensional way. Yes. And other way. We are constantly working through different planes of motion in our daily lives. We're constantly turning forward and back, side to side, twisting. How can we protect ourselves as we move in the real world? And reach over the hips. So notice my toes are facing to each corner. We got 8, we got 7. Not fully turned out, but not in parallel. And then my ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. As you continue to move left to right, try not to lean forward. You have 4 more for 3 and 2. Last one. Take it over to the right. Knee reach, knee reach. Keep the standing leg bent. You have 8, 7. Can we add a twist? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Bring it up to the other side. And again, add that twist. Standing leg stays bent. Give your standing hip some stability for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Reach over, hold. Hit. 3, 2, 1. Reach over, hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach over and 2, 2. Reach 2, 2 and 2, 2 and singles. Let's go. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You have 4 more. 3, 2 more. Last one. Yes. Walk it out. Walk it out. We're starting to feel that burn. Hold it here. And in 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it out. Left foot. Lower and lift. So you're now taking it into a small little lunge here. My front foot, notice, that's gonna be your left, my right. Toes are facing forward, knee stays over ankle. Now what is happening here? I'm at a little hinge forward. I'm hinging slightly. I'm not all the way upright. I'm hinging slightly from my hips, but I'm protecting my low back, using my abdominal muscles. Crown of head is reaching to where wall and ceiling meet. Hands are on the hips. Hold it for 4, 3. Hips are square. 2. Last one. Hold. Take your back leg and take it out to the corner and back and out to the corner and back. Your front foot is rooted. Your hips are square. As that foot comes back, really get into the glutes for 8 and 7 and 6. Last 5. Give me 4, 3, 2. Hold it. 1. Come to an upright. Curtsy squat and lift. Curtsy squat to neutral. Curtsy squat to neutral. So watch out that you're not letting that tailbone lift up. I'll just turn around and show you facing you. Curtsy squat to lift. Use the inner thighs. Option here, arms right out in front. 8, for 7. Last 6. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Here's our carriage. Open those arms up. Hold, and then draw the palms down. Open them up, hold, and then draw them down. Elbows are rounding. You're bringing your arms right over the forehead, keeping the tailbone down. Use the abdominal muscles. Again, close the ribs. Close the ribs. For 4, get a little lower in your seat. 3, tailbones down. 2, we have the other side. And 1, come back up. Feet together, right foot forward, left foot back. It's a small little lunge. So I'm hinging forward and I bend and I straighten the back leg. I'm coming up. Yes, pelvis stays neutral. So if I were from the side, same thing. I'm hinging. I'm really rooting down through the front foot, using my quadriceps, using the back leg, but also using that back hip. As I draw it forward, feeling the front of my leg really working, feeling that stretch through the femur bone, feeling all the work that's happening in the quadricep. 3 more, and 2. Last one, hold it. Take the left back, cross it, and forward. Again, abs are working, no arch in the back. 6, for 5, our curtsy squat is in 4, and 3, and 2. Last one, coming to an upright, and lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. Can you straighten both legs? Down, 8, 7, arms can be out in front, and 6, and 5, and 4, 3 more, and 2. Last one, hold it here, hold it here. Take a nice deep breath, hold, hold, hold. Again, your arms come up, bring them down. Arms come up. This time, you're gonna bring the arms back, press back, lift it up, press back, lift it up, press back, lift it up. Getting into the lats. Notice pelvis stays neutral. 4 more, 3 more. There's our carriage. 2 more, and 1. Bring the feet together, hold it. Arms come down, bend your knees. Left and right, right to left, left and right, right to left for 4, and 3, and 2. Last one, bend your knees slowly, roll up, grab your pillow. We're on to the next. Remember, your water bottle is there if you need it. Feet are gonna be hip distance apart. Micro bend in the knees. Take your pillow out in front of you. We're gonna keep it on its long form. Now, the pillow is chest height. Imagine your shoulder blades are expanding in opposite directions. And again, neutral pelvis. Right here, I'm gonna pull this up so you can see neutral pelvis. Shoulders away. Squeeze. Squeeze the pillow, squeeze the pillow, squeeze the pillow, squeeze the pillow. Abs, every single time you squeeze your pillow, your core is engaging. What is happening? We're trying to connect right in that center, in that connective tissue. So remember those transverse abdominals as you're moving through this, that corset. Imagine you're wrapping up a corset. The corset is gonna keep your spine stable so you don't do any of this. Remember, we don't wanna do any of this. We wanna keep it stable so that we can work those muscles and then connect also with our obliques and our pelvic floor, and then really work on, it's almost like everything's trying to kiss in the center. They're just trying to kiss, kiss, kiss in the center. All that connective tissue, all those muscles. And every time you squeeze the pillow, your shoulder blades become wings. It is a subtle movement, but it's also teaching us not to use our upper traps to do the work and our low back. Believe it or not, by now you're like, Miriam, is it time for me to stop? And I'm saying, no, it's not. 4 more. For 3, let's test our range of motion. 2 and 1. So slowly, without arching your back, begin to inhale as you lift your arms up. Go as far as your range of motion allows without messing up the integrity of your alignment. So for me, this is as far as I go. My shoulders are starting to feel like they're gonna take over, and I don't want that. And so I start to exhale out all my breath as I come back to where I started. And again, slow lift. So what you wanna pay attention to is if you carry tension here. Carrying tension in your fingers, in the shoulders, in the low back. Really working that slow burn. Triceps are feeling it, lats are feeling it, obliques are feeling it. All the core is definitely feeling it, especially the back, the multifidus, your transverse abdominals, the muscles we never really talk about, but are so important for our spinal health. You have 4 more. Yes. Open up the chest. Smiling sometimes helps, and I know that sounds really cheesy and corny, but when we frown, those muscles in our face, they become very stiff, right? And what happens when we stiffen muscles? Then other muscles just start to kind of follow in suit. So relaxing, letting yourself just breathe. Connecting with the breath, knowing that this too shall pass, but it's only gonna make you stronger. And this is your last one. We're gonna hold it here, hold it. Now, from here, elbows bent. You're gonna stack the palms, the wrists over the elbows, and then lift for 2, exhale for 2 without compromising, again, your spinal alignment, the integrity of the alignment here in your body. Looking ahead, keeping the elbows from drawing down further. Remember, we want to keep the spine where it's at. We don't want to start to flex. We don't want to start to arch any. We're working on reaching the shoulder blades out. You have 5 more. Now your feet are rooted down, hip bone to hip bone, shoulder to shoulder. You're creating a box from shoulder to shoulder down to hip to hip. Woo! 2 more. We're not done yet, y'all. I know, it's like, what? 1 more time. Hold it at the top, at that 2. Hold it. Now squeeze the pillow. Try to draw the elbows in and open out. Squeeze and open. Squeeze. And when you do that, exhaling, engaging the abdominal muscles. So we're contracting here. Pelvis, remember, is neutral. Your pelvic floor muscles are like a zipper, zipping up. And then you're closing the ribs, and then you're connecting the dots from the back, right? So it's all connecting in that contraction right in the center as my earpiece falls out. And it's all about protection here and engagement here, strengthening the upper body, but strengthen the core as well. That's like the number 1. For 2, last one, we're not done yet. Extend the arms up. Hold it. There's still a micro bend to give you that range of motion. From here, reach your pillow behind your head and extend it out to where wall and ceiling meet. You have 8. I promise this is the last one with the arms forward. 7 and 6. 5 more. Last 4. Give me 3. 2 more. And 1. Take your pillow with your right hand. Bring it behind you. Oh, let's take it behind us. Now lift the pillow so it's above our butt cheeks. Bend your knees. Click your heels together. We are in a turnout position, engaging the inner thighs. So first position, turn out. Instead of rounding here, I want you to open the chest. Take that pillow between both palms. Open. Reach the fingertips back. As the pelvis lifts, it's protecting the low back. Hinge forward, hold, and little presses in. Press in. Try to crush the pillow. For 16, yes. 15, 14, 13, keep going. And breathe. Every time your pillow wants to drop, remember to keep it above the cheeks. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Micro bend and reach. Think about your elbow creases facing me and your elbow bones facing back. We're going into that tricep extension, but it's a micro bend. Give me 16. So you should be already at 8 right now. Option here to lift the heels up and keep opening the knees. Crown of head is forward. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it now in from the left hand. Reach your arms forward. We're hinging forward. Take it to the right and bring it back and forward. Now, keep looking ahead. Don't arch the back. Keep looking ahead. Don't arch the back. You have 4 more and 3 more. 2. Last one. Arms come out. Hold it. Slowly lift up. Zip the pelvis. Lower the heels down. Click the heels back together and put the pillow in between. Holding it. Hands by your side and then plie and straighten. Ears stay over shoulders, shoulders over hips. We're going to give our arms just a little bit of break from the pillow, but we'll take it in to this lovely form right above our forehead. Ballerina arms. Now that rounding in the elbows, right? Look into the carriage. It's a micro bend and then straighten. Noticing that I'm not arching my back every single time I squeeze the pillow with each stretch for 3 and 2 and 1, and then plie, hold. Squeeze the pillow. Arms are above the forehead here. Again, ribs are closed for 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring the palms back down to the hips. You're gonna actually first take the pillow out. You're still turned out, and then extend the left leg back. Hold it. Turned out. Lift the left leg off the floor. Right knee stays bent over the ankle. Point the toes, feel the stretch through the hip, hold. Hug the ribs in. Remember, we're hugging the ribs in, tailbone's drawing down, crown of head is reaching to where wall and ceiling meet. Little lifts. You have 8. Option, if you want to add on, bring the arms above the forehead. This is a nice little bit of an extra push, because when your arms come up, remember that range of motion we were testing, this tends to happen. When we're turned out, leg is lifted. This tends to happen. Don't take it into that arch. Guess what happens when you arch your back? You press against the abdominal wall. That is no good. That can cause problems later on, right? We want to use the corset to wrap around, connect, and lift. You have 3 more. 2, leg doesn't have to be high. 1 more time, hold. Now bring the hands down. As you start to lengthen the leg back and hinge forward, we're just gonna test this out. Reach, crown of head forward, extend the leg back, standing leg bends, and then slowly tap it back. You have 4 of those. I don't want you to use a chair. I want you to go as far as your body allows you to go today. Trust yourself. You go an inch, that's still an inch. Watching that you're not arching your back to do so. 2 more, take your time. It's about using the abdominal muscles to protect the low back. It's about letting your body move with confidence. That balance comes from here, from the confidence here. 1 more time. And bring it back to center. Turn your toes to face forward, feet hip distance apart. Let's take it down and lift it up. Reach it down and lift it up, giving yourself a nice little transition to the other side. Swoop it down, reach it up. You have 4 more, and lift. 3, knees stay over ankles. 2, we have the other side in 1, hold, click the heels together. Now, again, standing leg bends. Extend your right leg back, hips are square, pelvis is lifted. Hug the ribs in, crown of head reaches forward. Hands can stay on the hips. Remember that back leg doesn't have to come high off the floor. Try not to lean into this hip. Keep the hip bones reaching forward. Little lifts. Not big movement, it's subtle. Everything is a work in progress. If your leg doesn't straighten completely, that's going back, hey, we're human. We're not gonna get from 0 to 100 right away. We're not some Ferrari that's on the racetrack, right? We're not going to. We need to be able to work our way up. First, start with the alignment. First, start with balancing, lifting the leg off the floor. And then work on engagement. And when those muscles start to feel what they're supposed to do, when your body starts to feel, okay, I'm not in pain, I am not leaning to one side, I am connecting with my core, then the leg will start to straighten. Give it time. For 4, for 3, and 2. Last one, hold. You know what comes next. Start to slowly reach forward. Reach, crown of head reaches. And then you slowly come back. You have 4 total. Take your time, hips are square. You use the abdominal muscles. In fact, you can connect with the belly, or you want to extend the arms out, feel free to do that as well. Feel the standing leg, that stability working here. You have 2 more. From this, we start to move a little, bringing ourselves back down to the mat. Last one. And let it go. Let it go. Grab your pillow. Spread your legs wide. Extend your arms up. Take it to the left. Bring it up. Let's add this movement as we put the final stamp on our standing series here. Why is this important? Your toes are facing forward because we did so much in that hinged position. I want you to, again, to feel these obliques working. Feel the core muscles working. And give it another way of movement. It's not just about moving forward and back. In fact, bringing it up, point the toes. As you reach, lift. Remember not to arch your back here. For 4, Toes are facing forward. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Hands come in. Take it to the other side. Hold and reach. Abdominals are working. From the side, I'm not doing this, right? I don't want you to do that. None of this. Taking it, using the core, using the obliques. Pelvis is neutral. For 3, 2, hold. Woo! Keep going. 6 and 5. We're almost there. For 4 and 3, 2, last 1. Place the pillow down, toes forward. Deep inhale, arms up. Exhale, round through. Bring your hands down. Press your hips up. Go ahead and turn to whichever side is most natural. Bend your knees. Lower down onto your seat gently and come down to the mat. We got a core series here, and that's it. 50 minutes total, in and out. Just using a pillow. So taking your pillow, place it in between your knees. Make sure your toes are facing forward, heels towards your seat. The back, mid-back is pressed into the mat. I want you to imagine you're against your car seat. It is upright. Your car seat is not leaned back, it is sitting upright. Both butt cheeks are sitting on the floor. You feel your mid-back pressed into the mat. You feel your shoulders drawn down. Now, as you buckle your seatbelt, you're closing the ribs so that you're not arching in your back. You're feeling your mid-back trying to touch the back of your seat as much as possible. Your crown of head reaching towards the ceiling as much as possible. And your cheekies are staying against the seat. Now, hands are out, right? You should be able to relax the shoulders because you're at 10 and 2. Same thing here. Neutral pelvis creates a neutral spine. That's what we're working towards. Your toes facing forward, heels towards your seat help give you the root to do that. Inner arches of your feet are lifted, and as you press into all 4 corners of your feet, you activate the calves. The calves are telling the inner thighs, hey, let's go. As you squeeze the pillow between the knees, your inner thighs fire up. Bring your hands to your inner thighs. Feel that work. Trying not to arch here. So what happens is this. I'm expanding from my rib cage, but I'm lifting up and I'm getting strain in my back. What I want to do as I relax, breathe all the way out into each corner of my mat. And as I exhale, slowly start to engage from the feet, inner arches, through the inner thighs. As I squeeze the pillow, I close my ribs down, pull my belly button in and up, and feel my mid-back on the mat. Taking an 8 count to slowly inhale to release that. Exhale as you slowly start from the feet. Breathing into the intercostal muscles as you inhale, all those 22 muscles that are in and along our rib cage, helping us when we are working out. And then on the exhale, pressing out the air. So inhale as you expand out, take up space on your mat. On your exhale, you're drawing back in like a cylinder that's right in through the center of your body. Remember, we're connecting in that center. And closing the ribs, feeling our shoulder blades expand, those wings get bigger and bigger. What you'll notice is that exhale, when it goes that way, we almost tend to tent up in our bellies. Especially as women, we really want to be careful of that. Not to push that pressure on the abdominal wall. I say that again. Not to put pressure on the abdominal wall. That final stamp is that lifting up and in from pelvic floor, right? Through the belly button. And then closing the ribs. Counteraction here, connection in the center. Now interlace the fingers. Bring your legs into reverse tabletop. Make sure your knees are stacked over your pubic bone, not over here, but over the pubic bone. Toes are pointed, heels in line with the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Feels a little different, right? 2 more. One more. Extend the legs up. Hold it up. Flex the feet. Go ahead and place the pillow in between your ankles. Hold it. Feet are flexed. Toes are in line with your pubic bone. You should feel the hamstrings here working. Tailbone is reaching forward, so I'm not lifting my seat up. I'm reaching my tailbone forward. Hold. Now I'm going to take an inhale. On my exhale, curl forward. Draw the belly button in and up. Keep the elbows wide. I'm lifting up from the shoulder blades. Drawing forward, closing my ribs, flexion and extension. Inhale to slowly come back down. Exhale. Inhale again. The reason I asked to keep the pillow there is to be very mindful that you're reaching and pressing towards where wall and ceiling meet with the heels, and your toes are lined up with the pubic bone. You have 4 more. 4 more. We're doing so good, you guys. I got 4.5 minutes left with you. That 50 minutes is almost up, and look at all the work that we did. We did so much, and this is just literally tapping like a little bit of a glacier, like a little point of like a huge mass of things that we're gonna be doing. This is just to move, it's just connecting. Right now what we're doing is connecting with those core muscles that are being dormant most of the day when we're sitting at a desk or driving or, you know, working, right? We're not able to utilize all of these muscles, or we're not thinking about utilizing those muscles. This isn't a way of reacting to what we're given. One more time. From here, grab your pillow. Point your toes. Draw your knees to reverse tabletop. Lower your head down. See how my elbows bend? And then I extend, flex my feet, hold. And then I slowly lower. Heels in line with knees. You see how I bend my elbows? And then again. Keeping your tailbone, reaching forward, making this a very mindful movement. Controlling the core. Really working those transverse abdominals. You have 3 more. This is it. 3 more. 2 more. We got prone position next, y'all. 1 more. Hold it. Now from here, elbows straighten, reach towards the left corner. Bring the elbows back to center, and then reach towards the right corner. Shoulders down, back to center, and then reach towards the left corner. Now we're gonna add the legs into the next one. Reach. So back to center and reach. Back to center, head stays down and reach. Back to center and reach. Back to center and reach using the legs. And back to center, reach. 1 more time, back to center and reach. Back to center, take the pillow, place it above the head, draw the knees in, open them out and circle. You have 4 here. And 3, circling out, 2. Last one, let's go to the other direction. Taking it around, bringing it in like you're drawing a heart and connecting in the center with the hips and the legs. 2 and 1. Extend your right leg, flex the foot, draw your hands underneath your shins, left knee in towards the armpit, hold. Flex your feet, hold it, shoulder blades away from the center of your body. And slowly take it to the other side. Flex the feet, right into the armpit, hold it here, breathe, breathe, breathe. Shoulder blades down, hold. Now extend both legs out, extend both arms above the head. Try not to arch. Remember, we have that natural curvature in our backs. Let that be, relax the chest, flip the toes out. From here, you're going to cactus your arms out. into cold pose, and then work your way into Supta Baddha Konasana. Now, if this feels like a lot on your low back, you can take the pillow that's above your head and then just place it underneath your sacrum, soles of the feet touching. Give yourself some space here, a few breaths, a few cleansing breaths, allowing yourself to just really be in this moment. We moved, we did it. If it's Christmas Day for you, just imagine how it sets the tone for the rest of your day, the rest of your weekend. If it is a day after and we're approaching that 30-day movement challenge, whether you did a minute of this or you did all 50 minutes, you are insane. You are amazing. And when I say insane in a good way, you're amazing. You are so incredible. You are giving yourself this time and allowing yourself to really just see what you're capable of. And honestly, it all starts with that 1 minute. Slowly begin to close the knees in like a book. If you have a pillow underneath you, take the pillow out and then just gently roll into prone position onto your bellies. Tops of feet press into the floor. Chin is to the mat. Cactus your arms. Press yourself up into cobra posture. Your hip bones are pressing into the floor. So are the palms, so are the forearms. Elbows are drawing back towards the back of the mat. Tops of feet are on the mat. The thighs are lifted off. From here, I want you to start to lengthen the arms. Lift the forearms, elbows off. Hold. Breathe. Gently lower forearms, elbows down. Bring the hands in. Lower the forehead down. Flip the heels out. Let yourself just be. Thank yourself. You are done. Gently coming out. Grab the water. Give yourself a little pat. I appreciate you. I will see you January 2nd. Namaste.